Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Solo token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, it's going to be in the top right-hand corner of the video. Without further ado, let's get into the weekly chart. So this is Probit Global. If you want to get Solo, there are referral links in the description, which will give you trading discounts, and it will support the channel, obviously. So if we jump into the weekly chart, we do have a bit of a clear picture of this resistance zone. So this resistance here at $5.40 is a very, very strong resistance, because you can see each time the weekly candle couldn't get above it, and we only wicked above this resistance zone, but we ended up closing below this resistance. So this is something to keep an eye on in the future. This is a level that we can definitely get rejected from when we start climbing back up to the all-time highs. But yeah, that's regarding the weekly chart for that resistance. If we take a look at the 20 EMA, which is the yellow line over here, and the 55 EMA, which is the red line, we are below them, and they are curling down for a potential bearish cross, right? That would be negative on any chart for any asset. Bearish cross on the weekly chart is very significant, and that could be the potential, continuation of the downtrend, and we absolutely get, oversold. Because historically, bearish crosses on the weekly chart, those are kind of the prelude to a pullback. But we'll see what happens here. We do have a buy zone from $1.22 all the way to 33.5 cents. This is a great accumulation area for the Solo token. It is getting listed on a lot of exchanges in the next couple of months. So I think we may even wick a bit lower than this zone over here, but I do think that this is going to be our local bottom, and from here we will start recovering. Now, if we jump into the oscillators, the stochastic RSI on the weekly chart here, once you see the stochastic moving averages get below the index of 20, that is when you're going to be oversold on the weekly chart, which is a major buy signal. So keep an eye on the stochastic. Once you get below, once you get out of this purple box, basically to the downside, below the index of 20, that's going to be your buy signal. Now, jumping into the RSI, on the weekly chart, you can see that the RSI currently is sitting at the index of, at the index of 43, and we are looking to get to the oversold here if we have another flash crash for Bitcoin. So just like with the stochastic RSI here, the oversold zone starts at the index of 30. So once you're below the index of 30 on the weekly, on the daily chart, those are great dollar cost averaging opportunities for you. So make sure you capitalize on them. Hopefully you did not buy into this project at these large green candles. I know a lot of you did. So if you have been buying Solo at these prices and you're not buying Solo 10 times cheaper, then you're doing something wrong, right? So if you bought 1,000 Solo here, you should buy 50,000 Solo tokens over here because it's a lot cheaper. So that's all I have for the weekly chart. Let's jump into the daily. Now, on the daily chart, we do have the 200 EMA as well, which is the purple line, and we're getting a bearish cross where the 55 is crossing below the 200. So this is another bearish cross. So we do have a couple of bearish crosses here. So the first one was here, where the 20 crossed below the 55, then the 20 crossed below the 200, and now the 55 is crossing below the 200 as well. So this is bearish, and this was expected after this huge run up. And I've been telling people before the airdrop, before the screenshot, that the token is going to dump hard, right? I didn't know that for sure, but it was obvious that, something was in play. People were taking profits. People started selling before the actual snapshot. So, that all hype ended up dropping down to these low prices, which is a great accumulation zone. So if you're down on Solo, make sure to average in with your fiat, because these prices are good for buying. As you can see, we do have the bottom here at 33 cents. So make sure you have your buy orders ready and set to go. Now jumping into the daily oscillators. So the daily RSI is near the oversold here. You can see that once you are in the oversold here, you have that move to the upside, but this was the announcement regarding the airdrop, I believe. So, but you can see that, yeah, once you have another oversold position here on the relative strength index, you can see that you recover from that area relatively quickly. So this is potentially something that we're looking at on the daily chart once again. If you get oversold below the index of 30, just know that this is your opportunity to buy into the project, because obviously it can go even lower once you're in the oversold, but there's not much lower to go, and you're going to end up having a relief rally relatively soon, so you can take profits or, you know, do whatever you want basically. But I'm just telling you where are some of the best buying opportunities here. Now jumping into the stochastic was on the daily here oversold for multiple days, and we started recovering just recently. So potentially if we have another dump, you're going to print a bearish cross and come back down to this zone. But once you come up to the overbought here on the stochastic, that is above the index of 80. So that is a great take profit zone. But obviously if you bought into Solo at $5, you don't want to take profits at a loss. That would be actually taking a loss, but you know, just dollar cost average. That's really what I want to, you know, get across in this video, because that is very, very important. So I slapped on the fib on the daily chart here. You can see that we have our swing high here, December 22nd to December 25th or 24th, and the swing low is right over here, where we had the actually, no, hold on a second. The swing low is here, the one that we just printed. And this is presuming that we have printed our low and we have bottomed out, right? So you're going to be looking at some resistance levels up above us, and you can take these resistance levels as take profit zones on some listing days. So when the Solo token is going to get listed on some of the other major exchanges, you can look at these resistance levels for some quick take profit zones, because you're going to see these high wicks and strong big wicks to the upside on the listing day. So that is something you want to pay attention to. So $1.40 or $1 actually, $1.38 to be precise. Then you have $1.97 as your next resistance level, and you do have above that the 0.5 at $2.45. So make sure to have these resistance levels ready, because if you want to take some quick profits, then, you know, this is a really good take profit zone. You know, look at this, up to the 0.5, that's 480%. That is if we start getting overextended. And yeah, with the Binance listing, I do think we're going to do very well on Solo. Don't lose hope, guys. Just dollar cost average in, and hopefully if you bought in at these large green candles, this was a good lesson for you. So thank you for watching. Make sure to check me out on Twitter. We do have a Telegram chat and a Discord server with a great community. And we do have a Patreon where you can request technical analysis, videos. We have buy alerts, sell alerts, low cap gem calls, and a lot more incredible stuff that can potentially help you make more money in this space. And it's a great way to support me. So feel free to check that out. The link is in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.